Sorry for a really late response, but the question you asked, it is quite difficult to answer in a story or in a series of stories because the rhythm is lost. So here it is my attempt to answer your question, but in a really nuanced manner. Like I want to cover everything. So I hope this will be helpful, and if this is helpful, then it will be beneficial for me also, that I will make another type of similar type of content here. So the question you asked me, the question you have asked me, it is uh, the question you have asked me, it is the difference between a back off set and a drop set. So you have been asking me a back off set and a drop set. So these two are two really different strategies of doing a proper workout. But I will just uh, I'll just try to answer it. All right. So first, for understanding this, we have to define what top set back offset strategy is. First, we uh, we get to the topic of a top set plus the back offsets. For this, most people they are really familiar with the concept of pyramid sets or the straight sets. Straight sets is where, like, for now, let's understand what is a straight set. Let's say your program calls you for doing 3 sets of 8 to 10 for the exercise bench press. All right, for the exercise bench press. If you use the same load for each of these three sets, then it is called a straight sets, because you are using the straight amount of set for every other sets. So it is kind of, so I don't know why there is not a gay set or lesbian set, because we have a straight set here. So if you have this in your program and you want to do straight set, the strategy would be like doing the empty bar that is 20 kg for 10. Then you will be loading 5 kilo each side. This will become 30 kg. You will be doing it for 10, and you are doing 40 kg into 10. Then you have decided that for today I'll be 50 kg of 10. It is kind of like feeling difficult for me. I cannot do more than after finishing the 10th rep. You may feel like that I can only do only towards 12 or 13 reps. So it is kind of close to failure. So you will what you will do, this will be your first set. All right, this will be your first set, and all these sets would be your warm up sets. So you know basic stuff, this basic stuff, but I am also trying to convey to my beginner audience. I will be uploading this and I'll be making it public. So it will be your first set. Then for straight sets, you will be doing 50 kg into 10, another 2 sets, and this will be your 3 sets of 10. This is our straight set. Then after that we go towards another set. This is called ascending sets, or it is also called pyramid sets. So these are just keywords, buzzwords, something like that. This part will be the same. On ascending set, what you will do, you did it like I told you, right? You could have done 2-3 reps more. Then what you can do, you load up next set to 2.5 kg and you do it for 8 reps, and you again next set you increase the weight and you did 55 you did only 6 reps. So here what it happened, that here you have done the same weight for same reps. It may be, sometimes it may be 12, sometimes it may be 9, sometimes you have pushed really hard and you got 13. But as long as you have done straight amount of sets, like the same level of weight on these sets, then it will be a straight set. And here you are on the first set. This is the first set, this is the second set, and this is the third set. All right, here you have gone up in weight, so it will be called the ascending sets or the pyramid sets. So this is the difference. Then what happens, what changes when we do a top set and a back off set approach? Here you have to understand that between each of these sets we have done, like there are 2 rest periods, and we have also rested well between these sets. Let's say 3 minutes each. So we are well rested. All right, we are well rested, and each of these sets are three different occasions, separated by a huge amount of rest. So in the top set, back of set, what happens that after warming up, after doing this warm up till here, this will be same here, this will be same here. After doing this set here, what you can do, you can just load up 55. All right, you can just load up 55, and you can do it for, like, here you got 6 because you are already tired. Here you can get it like 8 to 10. You can get it to like 8 to 10 because now you are in a fresher state, and hence now you can do it for more reps. And then this will be your top set because this is the heaviest set you have done. And for the rest of these 2 sets, what you can do, you can just drop some, you can just drop some load from here, make it 50 or 52.5, and you can do 4 reps. Then these 2 will be called back off sets. These 2 will be called back off sets. So this is nothing but, this is pyramid, this is reverse pyramid, and each of these sets are equally hard, and they are equally separated between the sets, like there are equal separation of time between these all these 3. So what are the benefits of these few particular styles? Like these 2 are self-explanatory, we have all used that. They are really convenient, they are really, like 50 kg indicates you to go up in weight, 55 kg indicates to 52.5. The relative difficulty will indicate that how much you should jump on the next set. So this is quite convenient for all of us. Like every gym goers has done these type of stuff in their entire life, at least once, or from the beginning they have been doing this. But the benefit of this approach, the top set and back off approach, is that now you can focus more on the heavy weight, and you can get it for more reps, hence more stimulus can be generated. And these 2 sets, which are the lighter sets compared to your top sets, these are just used for accumulating the amount of some quality volume. So this is called the back off set. All right, then your then what other benefit would be this? If you are focused on strength, numbers, and you want to hit higher numbers, then this should be your approach. And again, this should be reserved for intermediate and advanced. Beginners should not be worrying about this top set and back off set strategy, because they don't know that how much weights they are going to lift. To determine the top set, you have to be well aware about your body. You have to be well aware about your preparedness for the day. How much sleep you are getting, how much food you have taken, what is the day like. Someday the top set will be 55, someday it may be 60, someday it may be 50. But to know this exactly what is happening in this situation, what is happening to the strength or preparedness of the day, you have to be a little bit advanced. So beginners should be sticking to these stuff, and intermediate and advanced guys who have developed a sign of knowing their body well, their preparedness well, they can use this strategy. And for compound lifts, heavy compound lifts, this strategy works better because the heaviest set comes in a fresher state, and what it will allow you to do, you are in a more mentally fresher state to push harder on that heavier set. Compared to this set, what will happen, you will be already exhausted by this amount of volume. So sometimes what happens that some movements which are really some movements, they feel really iffy on the joints. Sometimes leg extensions or tricep push downs, what they do, because they isolate one particular joint more, then what happens that you need more warm up. For these kind of sets, maybe reverse pyramid pyramid style set may be a little bit better compared to this. Why? Because you will be warmed up. You will be getting the mobility effect of these 2 sets on this heaviest set. So, but for squats, you may end up doing this, or maybe RDL, or maybe a bench press. You may want to do this because you will be in a fresher state, and hence you will be able to produce more force, and this will be your particular goal. And strength related goals are well aligned with this. So this is why you can see power lifters, what they do, they just go up to a very heavy set and then they reduce some weight and they use there. But now your question was how this approach is different from the drop set, because in the drop set we do the same thing. We do 55 kg for few reps, then we drop it, and we do 50, then we do 45. Then how these two are different? See, here there is ample amount of rest time between. Like these are just normal sets. Here we have been taking 3 minutes. Here we will also take 3 minutes, 5 minutes rest in between. But in the drop set, we will take no rest time or very minimal rest time. See, drop set we don't take rest time, but if we rest 10-20 seconds, they may be called myo reps, or sometimes these are called rest pause reps. These few terms are a little bit different. Drop sets, myo reps, rest pause style reps are kind of like a little bit different, but their intent to include them in a program is the same. All right, so we won't talk about these two stuff. I will be just sticking to the drop set. So on paper they may look like this, but I'll tell you what is actually happening. Let's say there is a wall, there is a upper ceiling of exertion. All right, this is called our RIR 0 or RPE 10, because here we cannot see, if we take a set to failure, we hit this wall. All right, so hitting this wall, there is one benefit is that if we go near this wall, or if we go near our maximum amount of exertion or near failure, then what is happening? Our stimulus we are providing to our muscles are greater. So near this wall, what is happening? Our stimulus is greater, and another thing that they are a little bit risky in terms of injury, because if you go towards failure, your risk of injury goes up by little margin. Debatable, but this is true. You are more likely to get injured in the last rep of your squat compared to your first rep of your squat of a 10 rep set. Or the fatigue cost, this will exhaust your energy resources, this will exhaust your nervous system. So we have to see that how much stimulus a particular set is giving us, and how much these are the negative benefits, these are the positive benefits. So we have to be looking at the net result. So what this set is giving me and how much it is taking away from me. So what happens in a top set and back off set approach? In the top set you have gone near to the this is the top set, you have gone near to the ceiling. In the back off set, because the weights are lighter, but you are still doing more reps and you are hitting this wall again and again. So you are kind of like near that wall, but you are not surpassing it. But what happens in a drop set is that you reach this wall, and then what you are trying to do, you are just hitting this wall again and again within a restricted time period. Like within 2 minutes, here within 10 minutes you have hitten this wall thrice. But here what is happening, within 2 minutes you are hitting this wall thrice. So what this will do, it is kind of like surpassing this wall. We are going a little above this exertion. Because 50 kg we have done 55 kg we have done 10 reps, then we cannot do the 11th rep, then we almost drop to 50, then we have done 8 or we may get 4, or then again after 4 you cannot do it and you drop the load to 45, then you did 3, then you hit that wall again. So these two, we are getting really near to failure. That means we are providing the stimulus a little bit more, but at the same time we are also getting more fatigue, because we are now exerting ourselves mentally a little bit more, and at the same time we are exerting the what is happening, we are exerting ourselves more, so our nervous system is getting up and our risk of injury is also going up because we are in a really vulnerable state. So here the stimulus is there, let's say the highest level of stimulus is 100, we are here stimulating by 95 and the fatigue cost may be 80, so we are getting 15 in our bank, that means 15 net benefit. But here the stimulus may be 105, but at the same time the risk is also going up, it is going to 90, 95. So the net benefit, it may be same or it may be little bit more, maybe it is 80, it may be going to 85. Alright, so we are getting 20 out of it. But at the same time you can also see the fatigue cost, the cost is a little bit more, but the benefit is also more. The benefit is also more, like we are getting 95 here and 80, 15 benefit, here we are getting 20 benefit, but at the same time we are also exerting ourselves hard. So this is the difference. Top set, back offset, this and drop set is kind of like this. Alright, we are taking more risk but we are getting more reward. This phenomenon actually makes the top set and back offset, we have to place these two in a very strategic manner. Alright, so when we should be doing the drop set are called the intensifiers because we are bringing the intensity a little bit more. Where we should place drop set, like you are starting a training cycle, let's say you are aiming that my training cycle would be 10 to 12 weeks, because after that you will be a lot fatigued and you will be needing a low stress amount of time or a deload. So top set, on the first week itself you should be starting the top set back off. Why? Because you are in a fresher state, but you should not be using drop set at first, because you are just starting that see, at the start of a training cycle your work capacity is low, so even if you include a drop set, you won't be able to tolerate that much amount of intensity, because your heart will giving up, your lungs will give up, or the tolerance of pain, it is not also well developed, so you may end up shooting yourself in the foot. So work capacity concern is there. But also at the start of any kind of training cycle, the movement you choose, let's say leg extension. On the first day of leg extension, there is no point of doing a drop set because your body is not now ingrained with the leg extension. Like this is a movement, if you are doing it for 3 years, 4 years straight, then there is nothing to worry. You can do the drop set on the first instance. But if you are introducing a movement that you have done before or you have never done before, but there is a gap between doing them and reintroducing them, like let's say you have not done a exercise in 4 or 5 weeks, then there is no way you should include a drop set of that particular exercise. And a drop set, it should be never practiced in a free weight movement, or you may do it for presses because they use really lightweight, but you should never use drop set for deadlifts. It is just too risky because you are just now exposing yourself to the vulnerability again and again. And you should not be using this with squat, but at the same time you can use drop set in a Smith machine squat because the exercise is externally stable. On the leg press you can do a drop set. On the leg extension, the externally stabilization is necessary for drop set. This is why you can see more people do it in the isolation stuff, because the isolation, by definition, they use less weight, so they are less centrally taxing on the whole body, and the fatigue is localized, so you can handle a little bit more. But at the same time, if your training cycle is 10 to 12 weeks, include drop set in the last few weeks. See, on the first, see what happens, like on the first 10 let's say 12 weeks of the training block, let's say from week 1 to week 9, your body will be adapting to that movement, and the load on that movement will also go up, or you can do more reps. So the stimulus is given. All right, the stimulus is going up by not doing the drop sets. At the same time, what you are learning the movement, your work capacity is going up, your movement fluidity is going up. So on the 10th and 12th week, you are kind of like, now what is happening, that you are now tapping into the strength potential for that meso, for that training cycle. Then what you want to do, you just need more stimulus. Then you can include drop set in the leg extension, or in the Smith machine squat, or in a externally stimulated cable flies. Then what is happening, the weight is not going up, the strength is not going up, but you are now stimulating the muscles via intensifiers, because you are now hitting that failure wall again and again. And now the drop set are also rational, because you are already trained, your work capacity is more, your movement, you know the movement well, so your form breakdown will be little bit less, and hence the drop set will be necessary. So drop sets and top set, back off sets are different in this scenario. At the same time, you have to be a little bit careful where you include this, because most people I see, they just think that today I will start my fat loss journey, I will just throw in a drop set, which may be counterproductive in most cases. And for most people, for most beginner, like 99% of the population, drop sets, I don't think they have much of use. It should be preserved for competitive athletes, advanced level athletes, and the people who know their body well. And if you are working under someone like an experienced coach, then you can use this, but for a beginner, I would never suggest. So this is it. I tried, like, it has become a 21-minute video. So imagine trying to include all this information under 21 seconds. So I hope whoever watched this, the main person you have watched, I know, but whoever watched this, really thank you, because 21 minutes is too long of a time to give it to a particular video. So I'll be sharing this now. Signing off.